kneel, there are going to be players that stand. And if the white players are standing, the guys are going to say, okay, you don't have to kneel, but what are you doing to help this cause? Because we've seen players and in his locker room, because Skip, they had a situation a couple of years ago where Dwayne Brown was very outspoken when the owner, Mr. McNair, rest his soul, he ordered something, and there were some black players on that team that took offense to what he said. And they ended up trading Dwayne Brown to Seattle. Now, what they have now in that locker room, I don't know how many people know this, Kenny Stills is there. Kenny Stills was one of the guys, the original guys that kneeled. He's on the Players Coalition. And he's going to have some very difficult questions. So these conversations are going to have to happen. And the guys that says, okay, you don't have to kneel, but we want to know that you're with us in this cause, that you're doing something to aid us and to help progress be made. I don't know what that is, but we're going to need to see that. We're not going to, and they're not going to allow us, oh yeah, man, I'm not a racist. That's not good enough. That's not good enough. So conversations, unlike any other time, Skip, will be held in those locker rooms. That's why you see those players. Two guys that's never taken a snap for the Dallas Cowboys have been very outspoken. We need to hear from Jerry. Just like we heard when this thing reared its head, and you were so outspoken one way, we want to see that same energy, that same passion right now. And he's going radio silent. So I agree with Deshaun Watson. There will be some conversations that have to be held. Now, Bill O'Brien said he would be willing to kneel with his players. J.J. Watt is an All-American kid, All-American from Midwest USA. It's All-American, there's cornfields in Wisconsin.
You better believe it.
The Holstein, the dairy cows.
And he waves that flag.
He comes out waving the flag. But they're going to want to see J.J. Watt say, okay, J.J., we know you're a great guy, but we need your help on this call.
This was fascinating to me, and I thought about many conversations you and I have had across this desk. I have covered closely a number of very good National Football League teams, so I come at it from a media perspective. You were inside the locker room as a leader, if not the leader, of a locker room in Denver and in Baltimore, and then back to Denver again. I covered the Rams out here in the 70s of James Harris and Jack Youngblood. Then I went to, you got it. Loved him. Stood up for him. Still close with him. Then I went to Dallas and I covered the Cowboys of Roger Staubach and Drew Pearson. Whole different dynamic, which evolved into the Jimmy Johnson Cowboys of Troy Aikman and Michael Irvin. And then I went to Chicago and it was Dave Wannstedt's Bears with no stars, but it was a whole different feel there, which led me to San Francisco and the 49ers of Bill Walsh and Mariucci and Terrell Owens and Jeff Garcia. So I have studied these dynamics, and you have told me across this desk a number of times that you played on a lot of teams where the golden rule in the locker room was you just check yourself at the door. Whatever your politics are, whatever your religion is, you just check it at the door, and everybody kind of knows who everybody is. You kind of know.
You have an idea who they were voting for and things of that nature.
You kind of do.
You never brought it up.